In the world and in the town of box office hits, a member of that population is not Sydney Sweeney, nor her new film, Christy. Her new film, Christy, which had some really good positive critic responses to it, by the way. I didn't even realize it opened this weekend, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But it opened, as is headlined here, as one of the worst box office openings in history. As a matter of fact, if you break down all the films in cinematic history that opened to over 2,000 screens, Christy makes the top 10. At number 1 is a movie I'm kind of got an association with, The Oogie Loves and the Big Balloon Adventure. I've told that story before. But that movie made $400,000 on over 2,000 screens.
Why don't we rent out a theater for our avid fans, and then we'll screen Oogie Loves?
But I kind of like that idea.
I started that sentence joking, and as I got halfway through, I'm like, this is actually a good idea. Like, this side of my brain was like, do it.
Because there's like that dude from The Godfather Part 3 is in it, and Wesley from Princess Bride,
right.
Carrie
Elwes
is in it. Yep, it's got a bunch of people in it. Maybe we should. That could be. Oh my God, that could be fun.
I met Carrie Elwes for a press junket for the movie Lady Jane that he was in with Helena Bonham Carter.
Nice guy. Hey, it's true. I won't tell the whole story again, but my lawyer knows the producer behind the Oogie Loves, and about 6 months before it came out, they were holding like a little party for Oogie Loves before it comes out. This kid-friendly little Oogie Loves thing. You know where they had the party for it?
Playboy Mansion?
The Playboy Suite in the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas.
I was kidding.
Hey, I know. I was in the Playboy Suite. I was hanging out in the Playboy Suite for that anyway.
But it's made by adults.
So movies like number 8, this is it, Hit Pig. I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember the trailers that came out. I thought that looks really stupid. I never even knew it ever came out, but it opened up to over 2,000 screens, made 1.1 million. But down there right now in the number 10 spot, Christy. $1.3 million opening on over 2,000 screens makes it one of the worst openings in history.
Can I just say something here since you have these numbers up?
Sure thing.
The Empty Man, which is number 9,
yes,
right below Christy, directed by David Pryor, who is a great DVD documentarian. It was his first feature. That movie is great. It's great, and it deserves a physical media release. Fox owns it. And it got screwed it's literally the movie that got left behind during the transition when Disney bought Fox. Unfairly on this list, John. Justice for the Empty Man.
But on the list nonetheless.
And yet on the list, nevertheless. All right. Now this brings up an interesting thing for me that's really less about Christy and more about other things.
Yeah.
Which is, there was a time, and we're all aware of this, there was a time when putting a hot star in your movie, big actor, big actress, whatever, that was the key to your movie doing well. There was a time when putting the right movie star in there. Now, there's not a lot of argument that Sydney Sweeney is one of the hotter stars right now. Sure, her profile has done nothing but, to quote K-pop Demon Hunters, gone up, up, up. Bet you didn't think you were going to get a K-pop Demon Hunters reference today. and yet she's like completely on fire. So you would think that. But I think what Christy truly represents is that we are in an age where marketing far exceeds the importance of the star you have in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we can all acknowledge the marketing for Christy was practically non-existent.
I never saw a trailer.
I didn't even know I had no knowledge, John.
We work in the space.
And we look every day.
And I didn't even realize it had opened this weekend on
100%.
over 2,000 screens. Marketing's always been important, of course, but marketing is king, far over star power, far over it. And like, despite the fact that you've got her in there and you've got a couple of actually really good, serviceable actors in there, and apparently it's quite good. I mean, I've heard good things about it. I heard she's terrific in it. But absolutely nobody went to go see it. And I think, Rob, it's not so much a case of people aren't that interested in seeing Sydney Sweeney. I think it's more of a case is People had no idea what this movie was, when it was coming, or anything about it whatsoever. And I mean, you got to market your film. And I think they thought they could get away with a little guerrilla warfare. Let's just do spunky little, let's drop the trailer on YouTube. And for something like this, you don't need $100 million marketing campaign. But you need something, and this had just about nothing. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. You know, one of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools to put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's ZAPIER.com/Campea. Anyway, Rob, you see that Christy is one of the top 10 worst opening films in history. What's your takeaway from it?
Well, first of all, I think despite the Sydney Sweeney phenomenon is well deserved. I mean, she threw herself into her role in Euphoria. I think that she's managed her social media presence and her pop culture presence well. And she shows I haven't seen this movie, but now, looking at pictures, having watched the trailer, there's no ego about the way she looks. She's throwing herself into this character and allowing the character.
Reminiscent of Charlize Theron when she did, what was it, Monster?
100%. Yeah. And I love her. I love seeing her on social media because she's navigating those waters quite well. And I think that obviously she's somebody. I know somebody that went to school with her in a downtown LA acting school. I don't know what it was called, but it's at the Hollywood Center Studios. And they were very fond of her, in class, and that she's a real deal. I mean, she's somebody that's studied. She's somebody that's probably going to have a really long career. And what I don't like is that, they're coming out and saying, well, this movie had the lowest opening of all time. That's not on her. Like, if people knew that she was in this kind of a movie, I think they would have gone out and supported it. But like you said, no one knew, including us. No one knew it was even there. And I think, by the way, that's true of a lot of the movies that have come out in like the last couple of months.
Especially the mid to lower budgeted films.
Unbelievable.
No support. Yeah.
Look, I went and saw Anemone. Anemone is not for everybody. Directed by Daniel Day-Lewis's son. Daniel Day-Lewis is in it, and they co-wrote the script.
And Sean Bean.
First of all, the acting in that movie was incredible.
Does Sean survive in it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Can't say.
They're brothers, but it was an incredible film. It really was. It's a slow. When I say it's a slow burn, it's just slow.
It's a very slowly paced film.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, but it is a beautiful, meditative, contemplative piece of work. Nobody knew that movie came out, and if they did, they didn't know what Anemone meant anyway. So it went in and out of their brains, and it was like, here's Daniel Day-Lewis's triumphant return. It's Daniel Day-Lewis. Now the movie was never gonna make a ton of money.
No,
but no one knew it was there. And there's been all of these movies. I mean, Begonia, it's out. It's making some money. But even that kind of came very quickly. You heard it was coming out. Yeah,
but Begonia had the other thing against it that it's coming off on the heels of Kinds of Kindness.
Well, yes.
Which was absolute garbage.
It was not good.
And I say that as somebody who loved Poor Things. Love that.
But I thought
movie.
Begonia had a pretty good marketing campaign.
Yeah.
But there's all these movies that are coming out that you just don't even know, like the new Jennifer Lawrence movie with Robert Pattinson that was directed by Lynn Ramsey, who made We Have to Talk About Kevin. You Were Never Really Here. The great director, great actors. It came and went with. I mean, people don't seem to like it very much, but these are huge stars. Twilight Boy and Katniss Everdeen in the movie together.
Nobody knew that movie was coming out.
Nobody knew.
Nobody saw I never saw a single trailer for it. I never saw a single trailer for it.
But I look for it. My friend Alvaro is very excited.
Not until after it, and I went and had to specifically look for a trailer for it. Never saw a single trailer.
And they're putting these movies out, and I don't know how they expect anybody. You know, it doesn't cost anything to. I know this because my own movie White Devils, I've been cutting trailers for it and throwing them up on. It doesn't cost. It costs me a sandwich that I make myself. You know, I mean, it's just you can get out there and do it. You got to do the work, man.
Yeah, and again, listen, look, for the record, Christy was never going to be a $50 million opening weekend movie. I mean, it's kind of a movie that was also going to suffer from some of the same problems as Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
In the sense that people, you looked at it, it was never going to be a movie that was for everybody, and that's fine. You just don't want to be in the top 10 of the worst openings of all time.
But what I don't understand is Christy's like the perfect streaming movie. And it's like, why wasn't that movie acquired by a streamer and put on? Like the movies that should be in theaters?
To your point, when this does end up on streaming, it is now going to have a much bigger impact on streaming than it would have had it not been a theatrical release first. I mean, so that part is still going to be there. But again, I just don't know why they didn't seem to put a little bit more effort into raising awareness. I mean, we need to move on. We need to move on because we've got a lot of topics here today. But anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Sydney Sweeney's new film is now officially one of the worst opening weekends of all time for films that opened wide over 2,000 screens. Whatever you attribute that to, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.